morning and happy Friday, wherever you are. God bless you and thanks for tuning in. Okay, this morning we'll be looking at Joseph's life. And we know that Joseph was the 11th son of Jacob, whose name was later changed to Israel. Okay, and that's Joseph's life to me was a bittersweet one. And from this story, which can be found at Genesis chapter 37 and 39, the things that pop out to me instantly was favoritism, sibling rivalry, jealousy and envy, conspiracy, favor and protection, cold-heartedness, God's protection, a lying word, destiny, God protection and his favor. Yes. So, like I said earlier, I'm going to be discussing this in a two-part series. So, I'll just stop as far as lying word. Okay? So, favor Israel, he favored Joseph, and it was obvious that he loved Joseph more than his brothers. And this was because Joseph was his son in his old age. Okay? And he loved him so much that he made him a coat of many colors. And I think the King James Version stated as a richly and ornamented coat or robe. So because of this love and because of this favoritism, his other brothers, they saw it. So that means it was obvious. So the result of that was that they hated Joseph. They hated him so much that they couldn't even say a kind word to him. Okay? Now, to add fuel to this fire, Joseph had two dreams. In the first dream, he and his brothers, they were out in the field. I think they were binding sheaves of grain. And Joseph's sheaves rose up, and the other 11 were like bowing to him. So he told his brothers of the dream, and that added more fuel to the fire, more hatred, more jealousy. So he had a second dream, and in the second dream, the sun and the moon and 11 stars were bowing to him. So he told his brothers again, and also his father. And his father said, so your mother and I and your brothers are going to be bowing to you? Now, Israel, he rebuked Joseph, but he always kept it on top of mind. Okay? So one day, Israel sent Joseph out to check on his brothers who were grazing the flock in a place called Shechem. So he wanted Joseph to bring word back, that the brothers are okay and the flock is okay. So Joseph went out. So he went to Shechem, but they were not there. They had already moved on to a place called Dothan. So when the brothers saw him coming, they started to conspire. They started to plot to kill him. So this is what they said. Here comes the dreamer. And the first thing they took from Joseph when he approached them was that coat. So I tell you, that coat must have been a sore spot to them. They wanted to get rid of that coat, and they wanted to get rid of those dreams. So they plotted to kill him and, just dispose of him. So in comes favor and protection. Reuben, his eldest brother, told the other brothers, no, let's not kill him. Let's just throw him in the pit. I think the Bible said, refer to it as a cistern. Let's just throw him in the pit. Don't lay a hand on him. Don't hurt him. Don't kill him. Because Reuben, his intention was to go back to that pit, rescue Joseph and take him back to his father. But what happened? Some Midianite merchants just happened to be passing by, heading into Egypt. So I don't know where Reuben was, but the other brothers, they took Joseph out the pit and they sold him to the merchants for 20 pieces of silver. So when Reuben got back to the pit, he wanted to know, where is Joseph? Now, this takes us to God's protection. Now, pits normally have standing water in it. I don't know what time of the year it was, but let me tell you, there was no water in that pit. So that's, to me, was God's protection or God's covering on him. Now we get back to the lying word. Now remember, Joseph was sent out to bring his father word back on the status of his brothers and the flocks. Now, what he got back instead was a lying word from his sons. They dipped that coat in goat's blood and took it to his father. And this is where the cold-heartedness come into. They took that coat, that blood-stained coat, to his father, knowing that it was Joseph's coat. And they said, look at this. And I'm just paraphrasing. Look at this. Is this your son's coat? When he realized that it was Joseph's coat. And they left the door open for his father to just speculate what happened to his son. He started saying, oh, this is my son's, and he must have been ravaged by a ferocious animal, And he started to mourn gravely. He tore his clothes and he put on sackcloth and ashes. He put on sackcloth and he was mourning, and all his children came about him to try and comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said that he was going to his grave, mourning for his son. Who does that? What kind of heart did they have? I know the Bible tells us that above all, the heart is wicked, and desperately wicked. And this, it is true. It hurt my heart just reading this. So, let me just go over my takeaways up to the lying word. Parents or persons with multiple children, whether your children or children in your care, do not show favoritism. Favoritism causes sibling or rivalry. It causes hatred, jealousy, envy, and every evil thing between children. So as much as possible, treat the children under your care evenly, equally, as much as possible. Now, this story is also about dream killers. You will find dream killers everywhere, even in your family. Even in your family. Look at his brothers. Look at his brothers. I mean, I don't think I would feel too good about a dream like that myself, but we have to learn to be happy for each other. And you know, there's a school of thought that says that you shouldn't tell your dreams to others. But I mean, I dare to differ, because listen, if you keep your dream to yourself, it's just like you are killing it or you are suppressing it. You know, even though you can be working, behind the scenes and doing things to bring it to fruition, but it's still a suppression, and you don't want that. Tell your dream. Tell your dream. Guess what? People can do all they want to do to try to stop or to try to kill the dream, but the dream will live on, honey. Once that dream is in God's will, ain't no stopping that dream. Okay? And I think we can go on a little bit longer. Okay, now, two things I noticed with Joseph's brothers. When Joseph was approaching, it was like that his dreams and his coat, they were sore spots in his brother's life, and his brothers wanted them out the way. They wanted those two things out the way. They even wanted Joseph out the way, because they thought that, hey, if we kill him, then, the dream dies. But like I say, once that dream is of God, honey, people could try witchcraft. People could try suppress it, bad-mouth it, try discredit it. That dream is coming forward, honey. That dream is coming forward. So you hold on to that dream and you make that dream happen, honey. Now, what I also might take away too, there will always be someone in the pack who will have your back. And they may have your back secretly. Reuben, the oldest brother, he didn't tell the other brothers nothing. He let them talk. He let them plot. And guess what? He was a part of the conspiracy. But his intention was to go, once the brothers done do whatever, throw him in that pit. His intention was to bring him out and to take him to his father. So no matter the amount of people that's plotting against you, no matter what they try to do, there will always be one in the group, in the pack, in the family, who will have your back. And that's a good thing. Now, it is obvious God's protection. And we're gonna see God's hand in all this when we go to the second session of this teaching. God's hand was all over this. They decided to kill him at first. But then they withdrew from that plan, because someone was backing him. They said, no. Let's kill him. Let's just throw him in the pit and leave him there. And then, like out of nowhere, these Midianites or Ishmaelites, merchants, they just appear out of nowhere, honey, on their way to Egypt. So the thought came to Judah, I think it was, let's just sell him. Let's just sell him. Keep him alive. Let's just sell him. Where do you think the idea and that thought came from? Destiny, honey, destiny. So they took him out of the pit and they sold him for 20 pieces of silver. And let me tell you something. On your way to the fulfillment of your dreams, there are going to be plenty liars. Plenty lying word will go forth. Plenty lying word will go forth to try to hinder, to block, to suppress your dream. Listen, the brothers, they lied. I mean, they conspire. They kill an innocent goat. And they dipped that coat. That royally ornamented coat. Ornamented coat. That coat of many colors. That his father made. He didn't buy this. He made that with his own hands. Because of his love for his son. And they dipped that coat. That handmade coat in that goat's blood. And took it to his father. And his father refused to be comforted. Refused to be comforted. And I say to you right now, stay tuned for part 2. So I hope this word, you would have received something from it that you can apply to your life. Because at one point, we all have goals. We all have dreams. We all have aspirations. So I encourage you, if you have dreams or goals that are lying dormant in your life, man, pick them out and dust them off and start working on them. Start working on them. Don't kill your own dreams. Okay? So that's all I have to say for now. So God bless you. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And peace out from the 242, honey.